Good to start. Hi, welcome. So glad to see you all here. My name is Mark Davidson. I'll be teaching Masterclass today, and I have a bunch of requests of things we'd like to work on. Let's start. Could we start with Henry? Are you here? Some musicality technique? Yeah. You want to start us off?
I guess I didn't understand what we were talking about on the forum thing. I've never been to anything like this.
Yeah.
Just come back to
Would you like to play today?
Could we come back to that at the end, please?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So I'm going through these sheets here, and it says if you would like to work with me, and I took all the yes cards so that we could be efficient. So I'm just going to go through here, and then anybody who says a yes, I'll call out your name, and we'll work on what you wanted to work on. And we'll spend about 10 minutes per student and cover a variety of things. So, Richard. Is Richard here?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Matthew Fox wants to work on range. Okay. Come on up. It's an open class. Any questions about anything regarding trombone music, playing an orchestra, solos, I am here to serve and help out as much as I can. Let me move this cord so there's less of a... Cool. You are Matthew?
Yeah.
What are you working on right now?
Just a piece that goes up to like high F. I can hit that.
Play us something that's part of your routine, something standard, something you know really well.
Something I know really well. All right. Should have got my warm up.
That's weird.
Let's see.
Yeah, so when you come up to class, bring something that you want to play. Have an idea of what you want to play based on the cards. So if you say range, or if you want to change it, just bring up music or have something ready to play. Good. Are you what books do you work at? If I might have a book that you
Habits. Like for.
Do you work at the Brad Edwards book?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Let's hear an F major scale.
F major. Okay. Oh man.
Good. Yeah. Good. So sound.
Yeah.
Something standard that we want to work on our scales every day, and you can practice them a variety of ways. I'd suggest tongue up and slurred down. Can we hear that again? So, ba, 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 ba.
Oh man.
Good. Let's do 4 notes at a time. I'll play 4 notes.
Yeah.
Good. And have your focus on something in particular. Your eyes are moving. Focus on the bell. Focus on the somewhere, but can't be focused on what you're. I'd prefer maybe if you had your eye on either the bell or the slide, so that you're focused on what you're doing, and then connect that with the notes and the air and all of those things. You could close your eyes also, but be focused. If we're looking around, we're very simple, and then we're very complex. We want to keep this very simple, as simple as we can. So try that.
Yeah.
Nice. Take your time. So that was, I mimic that. That was, and then start it. Let's take our time. If you're in an orchestra band, if your band director says rehearsal 32, have your horn up ready to go before he says 1 to count off, and be ready to go. Work on your posture. Be all set up, ready to go, and then by the time he or she, or the conductor, when they're ready to start, or before they're ready to start, you're ready to roll. So I'm trying to connect a lot of things because we all share similarities in trombone, band, probably lessons, and there's a lot of things we musically here will share. So try again. Take your time. No rush. You're doing fantastic. let's count off. In quarters, together. 1, 2, ready. Da dee 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 da dee da dee da dee dee dee. Good. Did anybody see the slide? It's in jazz or in a lot of things that's really appropriate. For this, I think we can practice having a locked wrist and 2 fingers and a thumb on the slide. And so I did the slide exercise. Dee da dee da dee da. My wrist is locked, so I have stabilization in my wrist to move the slide, and then 2 fingers and a thumb. And so I have wonderful access to be able to utilize the slide so that I'm able to be accurate and aligned. It's all about aligning with the brain and keep simplifying and have keeping it as simple as possible. So I see a lot of moving, really, and moving the slide. But if we be a little more exact, it'll show up in your playing as well. It'll sound cleaner. It'll be easier to play. You'll be more consistent, and you can focus on sound. Let's hear that again. 1, 2, ready. Good. So if we make a mistake, let's stay out of confusion. And if we make a mistake, we catch it and we get right back to what we want.
Okay.
And so there's a pattern I see. When you make a mistake, your eyes shoot off to the right or up or somewhere that it focuses. Instead, close your eyes and damp down even more. Clamp down even more with focus, because it's a matter of focus. And doing one thing at a time is why the mistake probably happened. So when that happens, don't do the opposite and scatter. Bring it in, because we're not focused in enough. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let's try it again. 1, 2, ready. Good. Very good. Very good. Yeah. B flat in first position. F, E, D, C, B flat.
Okay.
See that? Start at the top F. 1, 2, ready. Yeah, fifth position right there. B flat. Let's play that in first. Yes. Again, top F note. Top F. 1, 2, ready. Good. Now, A natural is in second position, right? Right. Play the A natural. Good. But take your time. Again, that was that's really impressive that you set the horn up. Here we're set. Then have a rhythm, and then breathe in time, and then play.
Okay.
Nice. Top F. 1, 2, ready.
Oh man.
That's okay. F. No. 1. 1. Yeah. So we'll start from the beginning. We'll aim and fire is one concept to work on if we're struggling on playing a note. Aim and fire with stabilization. We're not just trying to attack the note. But there is an air support thing that we could talk about that is why maybe the D is happening instead of F. So let's try to just give ourselves more time. Count ourselves off. Take a good breath. Be focused and hear the F. 1, 2, ready. Yeah. So there. As soon as we start 1, I wouldn't be licking lips, have the horn down. I would have it here, ready to go. 1, 2, ready. Yeah, much improved. Let's give him a round of applause. Awesome. good. Thank you. So we covered, what did we cover today? 3 points. We covered 3 main points.
Lock my wrist to make everything more exact.
Okay, what's that connected to? What's the concept of that?
To
Slide technique.
Yeah, slide technique.
And lock wrist.
Yeah.
2 fingers and a thumb. But that was loosey-goosey. That was before. So can you show us the... Yes. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then be ready on count 1. So, like, be ready to play instead of, like, breathing on count 1.
Yeah.
And, like, focus on something specific while I play so I'm not, like, all over the place.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
Yeah.
We talk complexity versus simple. We want to keep things as simple as possible. Simplify everything and prepare. Third thing.
My mind just went blank.
That's right. We got the slide technique.
Slide technique.
Simplify. And prepare.
Yeah. Picture the rhythm in my head when I'm ready to play, or
yeah, one thing at a time. Focus on what you're doing. So 2 of these are kind of similar in that they're simplifying, aligning, doing one thing at a time, bringing everything in. If we make a mistake, we want to correct the habit of becoming more scattered and bringing everything in and getting even more focused.
Yeah.
So anytime we make a mistake, which happens to all of us, every human, not to get more scattered. It's really impressive to see if someone makes a mistake, how quickly can they recover? Because we all make mistakes. So how quickly can we recover from the mistake? And a little, something that happens when we're playing, to recover, and that's focus. And I can see you're able to make the change really quickly. It's just a matter of being consistent with it, so that when something happens and not stopping, oh man, but really getting focused and continuing on. Awesome. Nice job. Bravo. Awesome. All right. Andrew, some embouchure work. All right. Awesome. You ready to play? Yes, the whole instrument. Yeah. Any questions? Yeah.
What do you do for beauty for you? Have beauty for song. What do you do?
Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Long notes.
Yeah. I don't think anything is one thing. It's a routine. Helps a lot. I have a lot of things I'm working on all the time. So I'm kind of measuring what's working and what's not working, and I'm usually focusing on what's not working. But for sound, yeah, buzzing and embouchure, airstream, and increasing capacity for air capacity. We're gonna talk about that a lot. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Excellent. Hi. All right. So trombone ensembles, embouchure. All right. Do you have a scale or exercise that you're working on, or that you played? Have you played yet today?
I'm going to not to do though.
Okay.
To play.
Play something that you warm up with, and face the class. All right. Yeah. Let's take that. All right. So. You played E flat, and C. Let's E natural. Good. Now face the class. We're presenting here. So let's try again. Okay. Put your focus of attention to the class when you play, like you're performing. Performer. Again. Good. Let's take a big breath when we play. Enough to support ourselves. Do you swim?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're swimming and you're about to take a breath, you have to really breathe, right? Because if you don't breathe and you're swimming in water, it's going to be an issue, right? So let's breathe how we would breathe if we're swimming and taking a breath, okay? So excellent. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'll count to 4. I'll give you 4 beats. We'll go 1, 2, breathe. Here we go. 1, 2, breathe. Good. Now, yeah. So we'll pick a note. Let's pick E flat. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's hear your note. Let's just hold. Can we hold a whole note? How many beats is a whole note?
4.
Awesome. 1, 2, E flat. 1, 2, breathe. Nice. Let's tune that. Let's bring up the E. It's a little flat, low. So if something's flat or low, we need to bring it up in pitch. We need to rise the pitch. So we do that with our slide, as you know, and we bring that up here. So maybe, yeah, let's try that. E flat. Okay, let's hear the whole note again. 1, 2. Yeah, what note is that? That's an A flat. So we got E flat, A flat. That's good. Let's see if we can play E flat for 4 beats. We're presenting. Here we go. Here's 2 beats and breathe. 2 beats. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2. Good. Let's do it again. 1, 2. Breathe. 1, 2. Breathe. And do the spit. Awesome. Here, let me demonstrate. May I try once? 2. 1, 2. And 1, 2. Nice note. That's A flat. We could
Both of us,
navigate to
I
A
think.
flat, but we want to do one thing at a time, and we're focused on E flat. You chose E flat, so we're going to do E flat. Let's hear E flat. 1, 2. Again. Let's see if we can get another one of those exactly how you just played. 1, 2. That one switched. Let's see if we can have just E flat. 1, 2. Nice. Again. 1, 2. Close. It moved around a little bit. Let's see if we can have a few in a row that are exactly the same. 1, 2. Ready. Off. 2. Breathe. 2, 3, 4. Off. 2. Breathe. 2, 3, 4. Off. 2. Breathe. 1. Okay, good. So 3 in a row. Awesome. Very good. So then we would choose a different note, and just this, what we're practicing here, consistency, able to practice and produce the same thing over and over again. That is what we do as musicians. It's our job. So we utilize that through a lot of different exercises that work on different skills. All of these exercises we would practice in the same way that you just practiced. And we would, if we noticed something that wasn't quite right, like if we moved to A flat, we would say, no, that's not right. I hear this. And then we would produce that just like you did. Awesome job. Let's give him a hand. All right. Excellent. Okay. Let's see. Is this Davis Murdoch?
That would be me.
All right. Awesome. Trombone ensembles.
Yeah, so I'm kind of organizing a little trombone choir with some kids from my high school and some other in the district.
Yeah, great.
Currently working on this.
Okay.
And kind of what I'm trying to figure out here is, one, it's tenor clef, which is just annoying sometimes.
Okay.
Two, consistency and like getting good phrasing, musicality with it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, pick a spot. Any spot. Here, let's switch. I was moving that
Yeah.
stand out of the way.
for my ear, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Good. So this is a piece, hymn to a blue hour, and by a composer, really well-known composer, John Mackey, and it's in 2/2, half note equals 62. So one thing we can do, I think, and make an assessment. Assess where you are as far as what is the standard, what's the goal, where are you going, and then make an assessment where you are. I think where you want to be is further along than what you're demonstrating. So we need to come up with a game plan on how we're going to close the gap between where you are and where you want to go. I think singing and conducting would help you the most right now. I think if you were to sing and conduct like we'll do in a second, in time, and then see the notes and make those connections in your mind so that you are able to know what note you're playing. Because you're guessing a little bit on what notes to play.
I think most of that is because it's in tenor clef and I'm not entirely fluent in it yet.
Okay. So that's true, right? You're guessing a little bit because it's in tenor clef, but you're guessing a little bit.
Yes.
And if we're guessing a little bit, we can't be guessing a little bit. So we have to be singing in time, and so you are able to identify the reason, and it's because it's in tenor clef, and you're less familiar with tenor clef than bass clef. So that's something we want to work on. But singing and conducting can be so incredibly helpful because it aligns rhythm in our nervous system and helps us align and play so much more consistent with great rhythm, more consistent. So let's try that. Let's just sing rhythm. Dee da, dee da, dee da, dee da, dee da, dee, dee da, dee da, dee da, dee da, dee, da da dee dee da. Yeah. One and two and three. Da 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 dee, da 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 dee da dee. Keep going. Sorry, it's okay. Right here. 1, 2. You're doing great. 1, 2, and ready. Go.
Da 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 da, da 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 da.
Nice. Very good. Let's start here. I'll play and sing and conduct. I'll play it and you sing and conduct. So we have the pitch.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Ready? Go ahead. 1 and 2. Yeah, let's make sure we have all the meters right. So we'll do 2 and 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 2. Something like that. Here we go. One more time. And 2. Go ahead. 1. So give me 2 beats of 2. 1, 2, 1. Watch singing and conducting once by yourself. 1, 2, go ahead. Yeah. Have a plan. Give yourself 2 bars. Have a rubric. So we can do 1 bar or 2 bars. Up to you. Decide, but choose one of them because when you're playing, you're doing something similar, and you want to be sure. You want to have everything taken care of so that when you're playing this in the concert, you've practiced it so many times and different ways to be flexible that you're able to disregard being nervous or anything like that. Can't get in your way because you know it.
Indeed.
Yeah. Let's see the conducting. So are you going to do one measure to count off or two? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Da 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 da.
Good.
Da,
And so
da.
stop there and say, it's a 3-bar. Let me try that again. Doing great.
Da 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 dun dun da 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 da.
Yeah, that's massive improvement. But let's see what I think your standard is to have all the right beats and to even raise the standard and just have it be it's tricky, this language, but have it be correct. What is correct? What is correct?
Getting the right meters, having the right like style with the notes.
Just singing and conducting.
Oh,
What's
okay.
correct with the singing and conducting?
Pitches, tempo.
And there's not a definitive answer. It's what do you think is correct?
I mean, even with the singing, it's still the style. Because like, if you can't sing it correctly, can you play it correctly? Right? It's like getting note lengths, pitches, slurs, stuff like that, phrasing. But also making sure I'm conducting with the right meters.
That one right there. Yeah, conducting with the right meters. That's mainly the what.
Yeah.
But okay, awesome. But all those other things too. Want to try it again? Singing and conducting. I think in a practice session, if you have a goal, work till you accomplish the goal, and then move on to something else. Sometimes you can test to see, okay, do I really know it, and try it again. But at least try to get it to the standard that you're looking for, and then celebrate, pat on the back, and then move on to something else.
Yeah. Da 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 dun dun da 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 dun 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 dun.
Good. Excellent. So that segment right there, is there anything that I thought that was improved dramatically? What is that? Could there be anything else?
I think if there were any mistakes, it was kind of the same ones as before, just like there was less of them.
Yeah, you almost made it, but you didn't make the
Yeah.
mistake. And like this 3-2 bar.
Yeah.
So you could train that until
Yeah.
you're not going to it's not up for a negotiation.
Yeah.
Like you know that these 2 bars that you're going to have that exactly right. You want to try those 2 bars?
Da 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 da.
Good. Awesome. So there's a lot there that just happened. Just your overall. Does anybody notice you have a concept of the piece now? Like you have a knowledge of the music now by singing and conducting, seeing the meter patterns, and there's all sorts of other seeds that are being planted: music theory and harmony and structure and all these sorts of things. And if you start singing and conducting more, you're going to start noticing a lot more things too. When you're in the ensemble, you're going to start hearing different things and noticing and you're going to become a musician. So singing and conducting, you're already a musician. You'll develop more as a musician. So singing and conducting, I wish I could recommend that more. It's really important.
Yeah.
So, and you did an excellent job demonstrating. Would you like to perform on demonstrating? Okay. note recognition and then playing on the instrument.
Yeah.
And this is a fairly, I think, a reasonable duration of music to be working on. It's about 8 bars, but we could go 2 bars at a time to really solidify it. Let's go to the first trouble spot here. Recognize this is A flat. We would take our pencil and mark this in. Then we would mark in the F natural so we know and we could see it to make it, because we want to make things as easy as possible. So we write that in. Excellent. You have a pencil. Fantastic. The A flat and then F natural. And let's just work on that 1 bar. And that is something we all need to. I mean, that is, you're your own kind of physician. You have to see what's going wrong, and you have to fix the problem. And so we divide and work that way. We simplify things, work on things in small chunks, even down to 1 note, even down to a half note, half time, so that we can make things as easier on ourselves as possible to help us learn the music. You're doing great at it. Let's hear this. Can we just hear it half speed? Da dee da dee dum. Good. And then as you're playing that, if there was something that went off and it said, I want my high register to be easier, you know, and this could be a spot where you stop and you go into a warm-up exercise. You could play. Keep working until it feels secure to touch that area. So try that. D flat major. Yep.
Oh gosh.
Good. You play from here a little. Let's play from the core. Playing from the core. I'm stabilizing my playing from my core. I'm not stretching anything to play from the neck. Again. One more time, just a more secure B flat. Yeah, let's go F, G, A, B flat. F, F. So that keeps happening every time. So let's go A to B flat. F, G, A, B flat. The scale. Good. All right, let's play this measure in half time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Did you guys hear the difference? Did everybody hear the difference there? It was so much easier sounding. And you were comfortable as you were playing. There wasn't a strain. So now we could put it into the context of the music. We'd start here and play in the rhythm that it's written. Let's hear that. Full time is what I mean. 1 and 2. Your learning curve is skyrockets. You 1,000% improvement. Singing and conducting I think you have to do that every session, not every day, but every session that you're practicing, and with the music, so that you're able to strengthen some of these synapse gaps with your neurons, so that you're able to everything connects, and you see it, and you don't think for a second, what note is that? That you're in charge of what you're doing on the instrument, and that then you can be an artist at some point, because then you're able to focus on the music and create that way. But you have to have these things solidified, and your answer, I believe, is singing and conducting.
Funnily enough, I've actually been doing that a lot for this piece, because the time signature changes are scary.
Be really honest with yourself, though. Be really honest with yourself. Before today, was that serving you? Was the way you were singing and conducting, was that working? Because we're singing and conducting for everything to come together. When you started, it was not together. So if you're singing and conducting, we need to update how you're doing that. Was that updated today?
It was definitely better today. Yeah.
What will you do differently that you did today that you will do next time that you're leaving out?
I mean, I think I wasn't doing as much singing. It was, for the most part, listening to recordings and conducting. But the singing definitely will help. But also working on smaller chunks.
Yeah, that's a great exercise to sing and conduct with the recording. I think there's some part of the perspective that's left out, though, for you, because it's not translating. And this happens to all of us. We have to try different things, all different ways to work to see what's, and there's. I think you're in the creative mindset and you're working on rhythm, but it's not connecting your brain on how you're seeing the notes, because there's something there that's not happening. But then as we work at half speed, it starts to get cleared up. So experiment that way. Stay and explore, and have fun as you're working on the music. And the singing and conducting, I think, with the metronome on, and singing and conducting, and then learning the right pitches and singing those, then you'll, I think, just make even more rapid progress. Awesome. Nice job. Give him a hand. Excellent. Thank you. Excellent. Awesome. Amazing. Very cool. All right. Is anybody just like, I'm going next? Or like, is anybody like ready to roll? Okay. Brian, technique. Brian? Brian here? Brian. All right. What are you working on? Play us something. Can be a routine, anything. Have you played yet today?
Not really.
Okay. If you were going to start warming up, what would you start with? Okay. Is yeah, let's hear something from school. Maybe a warm up. Let's play B flats. Nice. Take a big breath. Try that. That was better. The first one was, let's hear. Let's hear O. That's a U and an O. Let's hear just a O. And then let's try to breathe without moving everything. So instead of, let's just stand still. Yeah, two feet here. Hands in the horn. Breathe. Yeah, O syllable. Say O. O. Oh, okay. Very good. Okay, let's hear that now on the horn. more time. 1, 2, ready. 4, off. 2, again. 3, 4, off. 2, ready. 3, 4, off. Good. Let's play a different note. So that's which note is that?
B flat.
Excellent. Let's play F. F also in first. Always breathe. That time you breathe through the nose. Let's always breathe the same way. Okay? That was O. Say letter O.
Oh.
But say it, letter O. Say O.
Oh.
O.
Oh.
So I'm going to copy you. O. O. O.
Oh.
More sound.
Oh.
Okay, so let's breathe with that syllable. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's hear F. Dom. So. Da. Play that note. Oh. Sing the note with me. Da. Da. La. Da. It's a D natural. Da. Harmony. You'll be a good harmonizer. We want to, yeah. So let's work on the same. If I hear, and we want to hear. Nice. Okay, but we have let's see, a strategy, and our strategy is that when we breathe, that's the only way we breathe. Can you show us that? Oh.
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 Okay. Good. Let's have the horns set up and give ourselves time. And I want you to count yourself off. I want you to go 1, 2, ready. Yeah, count yourself off verbally so we can hear you. Go 1, 2, ready.
1, 2, ready.
Again.
1, 2, ready.
You breathe through the nose that time. Oh, strategy. Breathe. Oh. 1, 2, ready. Again.
1, 2, ready.
Again.
1, 2, ready.
Now 4 beats. That was 2 beats. Let's hear the note for 4 beats. So same thing. Count yourself off. Breathe with the letter O. Be set, ready to go. So have the horn on your face. Have the mouthpiece on your lips. 1, 2, ready. Off. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready. 1, 2, relax, and 1, 2, ready. And that's the sequence. You want to try that? All right, let's perform it. Here we go.
1, 2.
Horn is on the face. Horn is on the face, right? Okay, now kind of soft. You're in charge. Perform.
1, 2, ready.
Relax. 2, 3, 4. 1. Yeah. Yeah. So we play the note and then we relax 4 beats and then we go 1, 2, ready. So there's 8 beats of rest technically in between each F. Does that make sense?
Sort of.
Okay. Well, let's try. Let's see if it connected here. So mouthpiece on the face. Now count us off.
1, 2, ready.
1, 2, 3, 4. Relax. 2, 3, 4. 1. Yeah. And then you count us off. And then you
1,
count us off.
2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. 1, 2, ready.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2.
2, ready.
5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, ready.
5, 7, 8.
1, 2, ready.
5, 6. More enthusiasm. 1, 2, ready. 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, ready.
Awesome. Okay, excellent. There's a lot of progress there. That's a wonderful way to practice. Let's give them a nice job. Excellent. Excellent. Bravo. That's it for today. That's a good work. Excellent. Thank you. Awesome. Cool. All right, Noah.
Good luck. Sorry about my coughing. I don't know what was going on.
Just don't be dead. It's not that hard.
Alright, so I got my solo for solo ensemble.
Awesome.
And like some of the fast parts, like here when I'm triple tonguing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I get to a part where I like have to breathe.
Okay.
I just can never come in confidently with a good sound after I breathe.
Okay.
Quicker breathing.
Great awareness. Fantastic. Okay. Well, let's go straight to that, and
Okay.
let's hear that. Nice. Okay. Yeah, the 16th. What syllables are you?
Ta 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 ta. There we go.
Try ta ta ka.
Ta ta ka.
Yeah. Let's just hear that. Ta ta ka ta ta ka ta ta ka ta. Say that.
Ta 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 ka ta ta ka ta ta ka ka ta.
Yeah. Let's practice. Ka 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 ka.
Ka 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 ka.
Ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta.
Ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta.
Ta ta ka ta ta ka ta ta ka ta ta ka ta.
Ta ta ka ta ta ka ta ta ka ta ta ka ta.
Ta ta ka ta ta ka ta ta ka ta ta ka ta.
Ta ta ka ta ta ka ta ta ta.
Yeah, emphasize the first beat. Ta ta ka ta ta ka ta ta ka ta ta ka ta.
Ta ta ka ta 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 ta.
Let's stay let's stay with him. Let's be right with him. Again?
Ta 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 ka ta ta ka ta. I'm going back to my old ways.
Ta 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 ta.
Ta.
Yeah, let's cut off all the chat. Let's put he's up here doing his. He's got to be able to focus. It's really hard. Yeah. Just really give him that respect, and everybody in the class. So you're good.
Ta ta ka ta ta ka ta ta ka ta.
Good. Ta ta ka ta.
Ta ta ka ta.
Nice. Let's hear that on the horn. Taka, taka. Okay. See that? Yeah, training the ka syllable, it takes time and consistency, and it can be practiced too much. And the key is to sporadically just be consistent with your practicing on that in a variety of ways. So developing a fast single tongue, developing a fast ka single tongue. That's all K syllable. Let's hear that. And we want to do this with the metronome. I'll be the metronome today. 1, 2, ready. Again, ready and go. Yeah, so just practicing the ka syllable each day. Okay, so we'll just go a little further. Let's put the metronome on, and let's put it at 80. Those are all ka syllables, okay? Hear that? Again. Good. So there, that one right there. Hearing you play it the first time, there's some notes that are getting dropped, and if you will practice and attain that standard that you just did, that will help you here. So really try to have 16, like you did, sound exactly or as close as possible, consistent-wise.
Got it.
There were the first 2 times, there was always a note that kind of got in your way or something, and if that happens, just keep practicing until that you achieve the standard you just did. That was fantastic.
Got it.
Okay, so now let's just work on this rhythm here. Let's sing it first.
Got it. Ta 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 ta.
Yeah. Tom tika tom tika tom, or timpani, just to have the right rhythm. Tika 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 tika. Let's say timpani.
Timpani, 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 timp.
Okay. Could we hear all 16ths? Tika 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 tom.
I'm confused. Wait, you want me to still say timpani or what?
Yeah. So timpani, that was a fantastic exercise, demonstration of timpani. Now let's go to another exercise and let's just hear all 16ths. So six 16ths. Let's slow it down. Does that happen? Okay. Keep singing. Louder, louder. Now let's reverse. I'll sing the 16ths, and you just sing this rhythm over and over again. Nice work, excellent. And so now let's put it into practice. Let's hear the music. So a little slower.
Before we do that, I'm a little confused why you're having me practice 16th notes and 8th notes, because I'm triple tonguing this. So I'd go ta ta ka ta ka ta ta ka ta ta ka ta.
We are working on developing your articulation, and so we are working on a variety of exercises to strengthen and reinforce good rhythmic skills, so that if you're playing this or anything else, that you're starting at a higher baseline of just ability of development of the tongue functioning for you, instead of hoping that it works. And so when you demonstrated, there were so many great things that you did, but there were a lot of things that were getting in your way, and a lot of it was the tongue was not working for you. So we've isolated a lot of different articulations to build a frame and foundation for your multiple tonguing, so that when you play this, you're able to focus on making a musical phrase, and then everything else is going to take care of itself, and you won't have to focus and wonder, is my triple tongue going to work? Because we've just established some exercise for you to practice every day and sing and play on the instrument that will help you be really consistent and develop a triple tongue. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Want to play a little bit?
Oh,
Nice work. Yeah, let's. Sometimes the slide is not as efficient as you show in other areas. So here, just nice, agile, simple. Let's hear that measure.
where? Wait.
Oh yeah,
Sir.
the C flat here.
Yeah.
Fourth position. Yeah, just right here. Let's work on this bar.
Okay.
Again.
Can I start pickups? Because
Sure,
it's hard
yeah.
to start on ka ta ka.
Yeah. Okay. Here, let's reset, and we've worked on a bunch of things. Let's reset, and let's hear you play it at this where you would like to play. Good. I'd work on the rhythm. Just being. This is rushing a lot. This is much better rhythm. Awesome job. It's the rhythm. Right in time. Okay, so we have two things. Rhythm here. Ding, tika, da. Tika, 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 da. Ding. This is not, you're playing these maybe triplets, or it's close. It's very good, but it's not in time. And then here, the slide technique is not serving you. It's not helping you. So. Maybe lighter and shorter could help. Okay. Good. Just play the first D, da, D, 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 da. Nice, and then play the F again. Okay, as written. Let's do the slide technique exercise on here. D, da, D, da, D, da, D. Fourth position. And sing just with the slide. Da, D, da, D, D, da, D.
Da dee da da dee da da.
Again, be really accurate with the slide and put your utmost intention and energy on moving the slide with exactness, so you help your brain able to learn to move the slide.
Da dee da da dee da da.
Even more intention.
Da dee da da dee da da.
Da dee da. Da dee da da dee da da.
Da dee da da dee da da.
Okay, let's hear that on the horn. Nice. Okay, let's see here.
At tempo or what?
Yes. Could we just hear it all on E flat? I think there's work to do just with the metronome and tonguing in general to get that really functioning really well for you, so that when you go to the music, things like these take a lot of time. There's a lot of foundation. Think of building a house, or just how many steps there are, and very slow. This is, if we start to work on it at the performance speed, it won't ever maybe get there to the product you're looking for, and then it will take much, much longer to get to does that make sense? You have to start very slow and work and make sure the ka is working, and then your rhythm's working, and singing and conducting, and then your slide to make sure your slide technique is really good, and then with the metronome so you're not rushing. And any one of these things can throw the whole thing off. And then to be able to play from the beginning all the way through to the rest, so there's 16 bars, that's something else. So we're going 2 bars at a time. We're establishing fundamental, and it's hard. This is one of the most challenging things to do, is put something like this together, because it takes discipline and patience to go at a tempo you don't want to go at. You have to practice at 10% speed, 20% speed, 30%, and it's painful. It is painful to go that slow. It really is. And to give yourself weeks or even months to practice at half speed, no one wants to do it. It's really hard. But do a performance of this, have it not go exactly how you want, do another one, and then eventually you'll want, or have the pressure of play at ITA and 3,000 people are there, you'll have the pressure, you'll start with the foundation, and you'll make sure every single layer is perfect so that you give yourself a chance, because this is a challenging thing to put together on the instrument. I think you're doing a wonderful job with it. I wish I could emphasize more calmly, just to take the rudiments of what we were working on very slowly and go piece by piece by piece.
Got it.
Awesome. Nice. Give me a hand. Okay. That was Noah. Awesome. Parker. Right.
Might take a trombone.
Yeah. Awesome. Right. Great.
And then I said that I want to do musical stuff, but more specifically just my higher range.
Okay.
Like a higher F.
Yeah. Okay. Could we start with the scale? Maybe a B flat major scale?
Okay.
Yeah. Now high range. So could you upper octave?
Not on the scale, no.
Okay. Let's see. Let's do, because high range. You want to work on high range, right? Okay. So let's find something where we can work on high range here. How about? Okay. Are you familiar with these exercises?
Yeah.
All right. First one. Okay, next one. Again. Yeah, let's hear this one again. This first exercise. Just this bar. Again. Sing it once. Dee da.
Dee da.
Nice. Let's hear that. Yeah, I heard. Yeah. Dee da. Nice. And then slower. exercise I think that could help is if you were just walking down the street or went for a purposeful walk and were to breathe in for 3 beats and exhale for 2 beats, and listen for any noise. There's almost there's an extra energy or sound of whisper I hear. So could you try that? Walk once around, or just how about this way around the stand? In for 3, so I'll count with you. I'll walk with you. Here we go. Ready? And inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale. 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale. 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale. 2, 3. Exhale. All right. Let's add a step. Let's have your steps be with the beats. So we're stepping in beat. Okay. Go ahead. 1, 2. Ready. Go. Inhale. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2. Yeah, and I messed up. So inhale for 3, out for 2. Again, go ahead. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2. Another lap. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2. Excellent. Okay, so this is a great exercise. You could do this with running. You could go in for 5, out for 3, in for 7, out for 1, and work this way. Do wonders for your breathing and your rhythm, your nervous system of just being able to relax under pressure. I mean, this is a fantastic exercise. Did we practice that enough where you would be able to implement that? Okay. Could we hear? Let's hear the first 2 bars. Okay, awesome. Right notes. Focus. Right notes. Yeah. What first note is?
F.
Yep. And then second note?
C.
Awesome. Next?
G.
Okay, awesome.
D.
Yep. Okay. Sure. So close. It's this G for some reason. You say you're playing. Let's put it all together. Right. And look again. Nice. Again. Let's play in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah. Just those are the quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. La-dee-da. Okay, again. Doing great. Fantastic. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Good. Again. 1. Right in time. And 1. Okay. Here I hear a little sound. There's a little. It's almost like you're putting pressure in your nose. Maybe. Are you from? Do you know? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Don't think so.
Yeah. Again, let's hear the first 2 bars again. Nice. Let's hear the next 2 bars. Yeah, I think a really super helpful transformative exercise would be walking or running, and the in for 3, out for 2, in for 3, out for 1, in for 4, out for 1, and practicing that on a regular basis, but doing it with purpose. It'd be best if you knew exactly where you were walking. Like if you were on a track and you were like, I'm going to walk 1 lap and I'm going to go in for 3, out for 2 the entire lap, or do 100 yards at a time. If it's a track that's 100 yards, 4 segments of 100 yards, 400 meters, 100 meters at a time. But having some sort of structure. We're going to walk or run in time and breathe and work that way. That will help. So let me share, after you practice that exercise and you begin to play, everything improved. Like everything, your sound, your air capacity, everything was dramatically better, improved. Does that make sense? Yeah, awesome. But you said high range, so let's do something high range, just right before you leave, before we're finished up here. Just maybe F, G, A, B flat. Keep them in second. It'll be close. Yeah, just keep it in the same second position. And if you want to make the adjustment, it's very slight. It's not. It's just so slight. But it would be improved if you just kept it in the same position. Does that make sense? I appreciate you trying to be accurate with the partials. That's great. Keep the G and the A both in the same second. Let's just hear what that sounds like. Nice. Nice. Awesome. Yeah. And that was for sure progress. And when you reach progress just like that, pat on the back, celebration, and then move on to something else that you're working on, or take a break, or depending on where you are in your practice routine. Awesome. Let's give him a hand. Excellent. Love it. Excellent job. Excellent. Bravo. Isaac. All right.
Probably. Unless there's another one.
Yeah, what do you want to start with?
I was going to start with this. It's a bass trombone concerto.
Yeah, love it. Fantastic.
Usually play it on a bass trombone, but I didn't bring mine. So.
Do you mind if I turn the screen up?
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. Yeah, and then, so does that help you see it easier?
Yeah. It does.
What is your standard for this? What is your goal? What do you want to do with this solo?
I want to use it to practice and try to get better at playing smoothly and improve my tone, I think.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
I don't have plans to perform it or anything, but
we improve a lot on the instrument with structure.
Yeah.
And we have rhythm.
Okay.
And we have intonation. Those are two big structure. But rhythm.
Yes.
If rhythm, so, but then also just the music. It was dark. It was really hard to see, but you were okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think that would be? Is it easier to see the music this way?
Yeah, it is easier.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. Why not choose the absolute easiest thing that's going to set you up for the most success? Why not choose that?
Because I forget to charge this a lot, and the battery lasts longer if it's darker.
What's the battery at now?
It's at 100%.
Okay.
So I
there's
should have had it.
Yeah. So the battery's out.
Okay.
But why not choose to pat so you can see the music? It's not the battery because the battery's at 100%.
Because I didn't think about it. Is that?
Well, I'm just wanting to see. Like, I asked, why are you working on this? Because also when you start, it's amazing. I can't. I mean, just how you, yeah, have an idea of exactly what you want. So what do you want this to sound like? What's your goal? What is your goal here for the first two bars?
Play it precisely and smoothly and with good tone intonation.
Okay. All right. Let's hear that.
I don't really know how to do a trill well either.
Okay.
It asks for a trill there.
Sure. Yeah. Da 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 dee Yeah, so trilling, that's a concept on its own.
Yes.
We don't have a trill valve from there, so if you
No.
had your bass trombone, you'd be able to
Suppose I
utilize
could
that
grab.
more. But that's okay. So, but having the trill and resolve da da dee dee, so make sure it's in time. Da 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 dee. You sing and conduct that once.
Da 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 dee.
Nice, maybe quicker grace notes. Dee da da dee.
Dee da da dee.
Nice. Okay. And then here, the volume. Just make sure it's doesn't stick out. We kind of heard ding.
Yeah.
Just very measured with the music. Just think what did Lebedev want there, and explore that. And there's a variety of ways to kind of research that composer's intent, and then being integral with you as the artist and how you're presenting that.
Okay.
So here. Let's hear that. Go down further for the D flat. Yeah, and we have just a little bit of la,
Okay.
la, and let's just hear that. Nice work. Okay. So two dynamic shifts here.
Yep.
And then right, and then let's hear it in time. Yep. So there, yeah, you could probably stop there, and we could do some chunking here.
Okay.
So let's hear dee da dee da da.
D.
Yeah, could we hear it? Da, 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 da. Yeah, why not the trigger? Again. Let's slow it down. Let's go. Ta, 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 ta. Nice. Try to be even on your feet. I think the balance will help. And then perform, play to the audience here. There we go. Okay, so that's very different. Yeah, sound is improving too. Nice. Again. There's a quirk, a little, and we all have them, and I have a lot, and we all need to work on them. We record ourselves, we can look, and we can work on those things. But each time you finish, you'll, and I'm exaggerating. It's not that, but when you played, by the way, with your posture, everything improved.
Okay.
So, yeah, just know that when you are balanced on your 2 feet and you're playing straight ahead, you're a different player for the improved, like drastically improved. So know that, and then also know that when you're finished, your last note, you're kind of throwing the horn. There's a posture thing. So the more you can be balanced and just be stabilized in your posture, it seems that everything is just dramatically improved.
Okay.
So, all right, awesome job. Let's hear. Can we go? Okay. Da da dee da da. Okay. Good. Now the next set. Now let's work on that. At that. Yeah. Da da dee da dee. Again. Let's just play these last 2 16ths and the nice again. 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 Very close.
Can I go grab my other mouthpiece?
Sure, of course. Well, let me ask, is this your regular mouthpiece?
This is, I usually play on a 1.5 G, and this is a 2 G.
Okay.
Bass trombone.
Okay. So, do you normally play on that mouthpiece? Do you switch mouthpieces?
No, I do not normally switch mouthpieces.
Okay. But this is your regular mouthpiece?
This is close to my regular mouthpiece. My regular mouthpiece is with my other trombone at home.
Okay. That's a lot of variables. There's
Yeah.
a lot of variables. That is, that would be easy to kind of, but to the, I think the more regimented, not regimented, but just when your posture and you're standing on 2 feet, you're a different player.
Okay.
And it's dramatically improved.
Yeah.
When the screen is brighter and you can see the music, it's much improved. If you play the same mouthpiece every day with the same horn, that's going to be so much better than the mouth. Switching to try to do the same things. And then if you count yourself off, when you count yourself off to play and you have a rhythm in mind before you start, you're a different player. So there's just we could say structure, which is kind of a rigid term these days, but it could be, just having a strategy of rhythm, or strategy of, it would be a question. If we want better answers, we ask better questions.
Okay.
So we could ask, improve a question that you could ask to help get that. But there's a couple things here, like just the mouthpiece thing. That alone, that kind of changes the whole thing. The posture, that changes everything. So So there's these small things that you are able to do that drastically transform you in a second. That's impressive. So then the question, I think, is like, okay, what could I do to do my absolute best? Or what could I do to be most optimized today? What could I do to be optimized? Optimized is where everything's working. You know. So maybe that's
work
the
on my
question.
structure and work on
Yeah. And then if you forget the mouthpiece one day or you play in a different mouthpiece, that's okay. But just
for practice, should always do the same thing every day.
Yeah, it's a lot to switch mouthpieces all the time.
Yeah,
it's not good for any of us to do that. It's really hard to play two instruments. The more you can be consistent on one thing, and then work with that. You're going to make so much progress.
Okay.
Unlimited progress. This is a tricky line. You're doing great with it. Could we just hear the last beat? Dee da 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 da. Or even slower. Dee da dee da da. Nice. Yeah, up to tempo. Da da dee da dee. Nice, excellent. Maybe a little bit more sound on each note.
More
Bum,
sound.
bum, 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 bum. Yeah, and keep going this time.
Can't even hit that note on this trombone.
Good. Excellent. Good work. Okay, let's wrap here.
Yep.
Start here. Good. If that happens, that's okay. But know that I think your standard is higher than that. So if that happens, stop, and then count yourself off, and then see if you can go in another measure.
Okay.
Let's try that. That's okay. So I'd stop right there. Yeah. Oh shoot, didn't see the C. That's okay. No worries. Maybe start on that measure instead of starting the beginning. And then the air supply ran out. So maybe start with more air that time. One more time. Experiment with longer phrases. Good. So things are starting to come together. You're starting to play with more phrasing, more kind of organization, and then maybe observe how much you're moving the horn and what's necessary and what keeps you in the creative, so that you're singing, making music, but it's not getting in the way of your playing.
Okay.
I think it's getting in the way just a little bit. Sometimes you're playing down, and the stand is getting in the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, great awareness. Just seeing where can you make small improvements. Excellent. Nice job. Let's give me a hand. Excellent. Good. Awesome. All right. What was was your name? Yeah.
Asher.
Did you want to play?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Alright, so this is one. I haven't practiced it a ton because I got it like just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, if I can get it solid, I'm gonna do it for solo and ensemble.
Awesome.
But yeah.
Cool.
So.
Yeah. Two feet. Be balanced. Let's hear it.
My lips are really chapped.
Let's buzz. Let's lip buzz. Yeah, good. The closer the lips can be together. Let's hear that. Yeah, it's like it's paintbrush. I think you're thinking very thick brush, so you're trying to operate all of this, and I'm just thinking like inside the lips. I'm not trying to none of that, but nice. Okay, on the horn. Nice. Good. Can we sing in conductor one time? Dee da 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 dee da da. Dee da 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 dee da da. Dee da 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 dee da da. I'm just repeating the first bar. First bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Dee da 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 dee da. Repeat. Dee da 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 dee da da da. Dee da 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 dee da da. Dee da 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 dee da da. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 lolly 3 lolly 1 and 2 lolly 3 lolly. Great. Let's hear that. Just those first two notes. 3 and 3 and again. Nice. Second bar. Third bar. Nice. Nice. this bar here. Yeah. So singing and conducting
Yeah.
and learning the notes, and then even doing like slide technique. Do 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 dee dee do dee do 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 dee dee do dee do do dee dee do do dee do dee, and then practicing playing
Yeah.
and going that way, and just taking your time, enjoying what you're doing, enjoying practicing. If the embouchure lips are chapped, or work on lip buzzing, and you notice that process where you got the sound going. Whereas before, the lips weren't they weren't operating how you would like them to. So we went back to the fundamental, and we thought, okay, we went to buzzing. Okay, we went even further. We went to the even before that to lip buzzing, and got the small parts of the inner parts of the lips working and buzzing for you. And then we got the lip buzz going, then buzzing, and then we got on the horn, and now we're applying it on the. So just wherever you start the day, and we have to start over each day with our fundamentals and our routine. Wherever that starts, just keep retracing your steps and get to the to the very beginning, and then get that functioning so that feels good, and then go to step there. Nice, bravo, excellent. Oh yeah, is this your pencil? Yeah. Awesome.
I'm just grabbing the bass drum.
Awesome.
Don't mind me.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Awesome. Anybody else? Yeah. Awesome. Hi. What's your name?
Noah?
Noah. What do you want to start with?
I was just gonna work on my higher notes.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. B. Do you know B flat major scale?
The lower one.
Okay. Do you know F major scale?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hear that.
I'm blanking on the positions. Need to think for a second.
I'll demonstrate. We can agree to tongue all notes. So I'll tongue all the notes. Yeah. Watch once. Good. A natural, second position. Let's review this here. Here, so F first position. G, A natural, B flat, C, D, E. Now let's get really clear on that one, because the brain wanted to go to E flat. So E natural, second position. Nice, and then F. Let's review again. F, G, A natural, in time, B flat, C, D, E natural, F. Let's put it into practice. Da dee dee da dee da dee da. 1, 2, ready. Yeah, and then so we did our best to enforce that E natural, but it still got away from us, and we still went to E flat. So know that's a tendency. There's some straightening of somewhere. In F major scale, it's always E natural in second position, and there's a tendency right now to play what?
E flat.
Yeah, but it's not E flat. It's what?
E natural.
And what position is E natural in?
Second.
You got it. I think you have it. Let's try it. Let's hear it. The E natural is a very low E natural. Can you bring the E natural up? Play E natural. That's a little sharp. Yes. Okay. So, what scale are we playing?
F.
position? What note was that?
E natural.
And what's your tendency on E natural right
To
now?
go flat.
Okay, so what do we need to do?
Bring it up.
Okay, demonstrate that. Play E, the natural. That okay? That is just so slightly sharp, but it's so much better. There we go. Let's hear that. So that's E natural, forever. E natural. That will change. If you're in an ensemble, you need to adjust for intonation, but that's home base, E natural, where it should start. Let's hear the F major scale again. Now that sounds like an A flat. A natural, second. Nice, again. Nice work, again. Nice. Excellent. One more time. Okay, now let's play the next four notes. So F, G, A, B flat. Now there's some things we can do to improve. Maybe step forward, away from the trombone. Okay, and then be planted on your feet. Have good posture. And then you can even have an arched back, maybe, so that your air column is here. If we lean back a little bit and your shoulders are broad, when you start breathing, take some deep breaths. Take some more deep breaths. Keep breathing. Keep taking deep breaths. Good. Okay, so now you're starting to breathe here. And before it was a lot of closed breathing. But so now you're balanced, and now you can arch your back a little bit, and that will encourage breathing, really efficient, optimal breathing. Depending on posture, that it can make a big difference and make it a lot easier on ourselves. So feet flat, and we're gonna play F. F. Take a breath. Yeah, deep breath. G. Can you sing the note?
No.
Dom. Sing the note. Sing. Da, la. Da da da. Sing loud. Sing. Da. Okay. Play this. Okay. Second position again. A. That's a little sharp. Nice. I think something that would help you the most. This posture is so much improved. Is taking bigger breaths and just trying to be louder with everything you do. When we ask you to sing, it's a little soft. It's just let's do an exercise. Let's play to the back wall there. Let's play F. Yeah, let's take some deep breaths. Breathe. 1, 2, inhale, go. Let's play F. 2, ready. 2, breathe, and 2, yeah, so your note, the music you're making is right here. Can you project it to the back of the room, beyond that wall? improvement, but we want to play to the back wall. So what would you have to do?
More air.
Yeah. Direct the sound back. So that can be a visualize. You could hear, it will take more air. Naturally, it will take more air. But the solution, I think, is to play to the back wall. And what we want to happen is there just a natural, it's like learning to walk. You're not thinking to walk, but you have to start to walk at some point, right? But then you put it together, and all of a sudden you're not thinking about it. We want your home base to be projecting to the back wall, or 30 yards out, or 30 feet away. Try that. Yeah. Again. Yeah, play it to me. Back here. I'm an audience member. Yeah, I think it's getting to the front row, chairs, but really project. It's a further row now, or a half row. Even go further. Yeah, so pretend I'm walking now 10 feet back, and you have to adjust for that. Project even more. Yeah, so now more of an open sound. We have ah. Can you say that? Ah. But louder, more air, louder. Project. Okay, on the horn. Yeah, bigger breath. Again. And then I'm gonna walk into the other room, to the back of the building. What does that sound like? So what are you doing differently?
Playing more open.
Okay. As far as having your sound go further back, how would you describe that? What are you do? You're looking back there now. That's different. What else is happening?
Like focusing on it more and like more air.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of those two things. But I want you to teach it. I want you to describe what it's like, and sometimes when we teach something that we're learning, we process it and we're able to do more of it and improve faster. So how would you just describe what you're?
It's like focusing on where you're trying to play.
Yeah, projecting, playing to an audience, performing could be something. Even saying the word performing might help flip the switch, that you're in a different mode and you're playing to an audience, you're playing somewhere. That can change everything. One more time? F? Okay, that's the most improved one, for sure. That was full of ambition and energy. Ambition, getting your energy out. One more time. Sound. Excellent. Bravo. Excellent work. Excellent. Awesome. Nice work. Anybody else? Awesome. Any questions? Yeah.
How much did you practice when you were in music school, like a day?
It depended on the year. Between 2 hours when I was at Juilliard to 5 hours. That was the most. 3 hours high school, 2 hours all region, all state. I was so motivated, taking lessons and playing for people. Had a lot of different teachers and had a lot of thresholds that took a while to get past. And it was new mentors and teachers that helped me think in different ways to have new perspectives. But practicing, super important to make sure you're practicing every day to have consistency. So if practicing 30 minutes is way better than not practicing at all. And practicing for 50 days in a row, 30, having some time on the horn. But have a minimum. Have a minimum of an hour. I think if you're younger, it should be an hour and a half or 2 hours minimum. And then try to work on stay in fundamentals a lot. Spend 50% of your time in warm-up routine books. Record the warm-ups and get data and be in this. But you have to, be listening. You said you were conducting to recordings earlier, so that's a great sign. You're listening to recordings. Recording yourself more. If you can do that 50%, let's 50% of the time you're recording, or make a rule that all the time you're recording and you're just listening, for snippets. When I record myself, ideally I have the recorder on all the time, and I'll stop the recorder and just listen to just a little sample to hear what I want to adjust and make improved. And I'll make that adjustment, in a lot of ways. But a lot of it is just being more aware of what's coming out of the instrument, what I sound like, and then being able to clarify and what I want to sound, and having those be close. We were working on closing the gap between what your goal was and where you were conducting, and this is sort of the same thing with recording yourself, listening to hear what it is, and then what is that sound, what is actually happening, and then what are you going for, and then who's inspiring you. And that's why that's great, you're listening to recordings. You have to be doing that all the time and listening to, and you can, it doesn't just have to be trombonist. I mean, John Mackey has written a lot of music for a lot of different instruments. So you could listen to John Mackey's, if he wrote an oboe concerto or something, listen to that, and that will help so much open up your creative mind and world with the piece that you were working on. So just, trying, you have to spend time. That's why it's really important to have every day as a rule of practicing, because that keeps you accountable. And when the accountability is broken, it one day can turn into 2 days, or that 30-minute one day that wasn't your hour and a half. That can happen, and it's really great to hold, to hold those standards and really grow in that, and then trying new things. Playing for a lot of people, having different mentors, recording your lessons so that you're able to listen. And I used to record all my lessons, and I would listen to them several times. And if I had a lesson, I would know how many days I had until the next lesson. And it was practicing and working on things, to improve in that amount of time. Because some of my teachers were pretty strict, so that was also part of it. I think it's good if you have a teacher that will be hard on you. I think that's also good. That can be helpful. Good. Any other questions? Yeah.
You were talking earlier about stiff wrist or slide technique.
Yeah.
Is it like 6 to 7 positions? Does it ever use the wrist, or is it? Should it ever stay stiff out there?
And if I said stiff wrist, I meant locked wrist. But stiff wrist, I guess that kind of sounds like tension. But yeah, a locked wrist. But you're right. When you go to 6th and 7th, if you have that, if one practices with a locked wrist, and they're practicing this way all the time, when they're practicing between 6th and 7th, it will be really easy because they'll have such a structure, like I'm showing here, structure of how it will on the side with a locked wrist. It'll be so easy to just incorporate this. But if they're not practicing regularly, if I'm not practicing regularly with a locked wrist, even it has to just be consistently practice each day. But that's an easy fix for the player that's practicing with the locked wrist. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
How do you stay awake during symphony rehearsals?
Stay awake. Well, I love music and playing in the orchestra and playing trombone, so I'm usually always inspired by what's going on. If I am not inspired, then I would be reading about the composer or the piece or something like that. Or there's infinite ways, but that's also just a skill to keep yourself interested in what you're doing, so that you're learning and that you're staying engaged with what you're doing. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah.
How old were you when you started?
I started at 10 years old, which, that's I don't know where that falls. I mean, string players start when they're 3 or 4 or 5, and brass, I think we wait a little longer just because there's a lot of physical structure and habits.
You also can't really start a kid on like a tenor, and you're not going to put him on a soprano trombone, right?
Right. Anything else? Any other questions? Awesome. It was a pleasure. Awesome.
Yeah,
you guys are awesome.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so very much for coming out here, and thanks again to Mark for being out here and being part of Music Fest with us. Let's give him another round of applause. And thank you guys so much again for coming out, being a part of this. Just all of these things here are here for your perusal. I very strongly recommend on the equipment side of things that even if you're not necessarily in the market to try some new stuff, or to buy a new instrument or buy a new mouthpiece, always be trying stuff out. Try and figure out what is going to work best for you. We've talked a lot about technique here. We figured out practice methods and things like that. The equipment is also a big part of that, so please come around here if you have any more questions for us, any of us Summerhays employees, please do that. And again, thank you all for being here. Woo!